Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays Don't Starve with Wicker Bottom, where I managed to get myself into such a pickle. And the biggest miracle is I haven't gotten killed yet. I was sure I was going to die at some point during day 21. I got through all that. I got through day 22. I broke my old record for longest run. I managed to find some berry bushes, which are not going to grow again. Alright, let me get back to the fire. Ooh. And that's one of the tricky things, trading off time with that. I don't have much the way I could have with the health. My sanity is starting to get questionable. Well, that's far from questionable. That is definitely needing to be taken care of. I'm going to be heading west as soon as it's light outside. But of course, if it's light outside, that means I've survived another day, which is... And I consider that every day I survive here is a major milestone. I've got no food. Maybe I was better off near those rabbits where I could at least have cooked a rabbit. I have one rabbit trap. I might have other stuff I can use. Birds of the world, I need some feathers for that. I don't know what happens. I guess I'll have to... Maybe it makes it easier to catch birds or something like that. Alright, make sure it doesn't get too bad. Could use more fuel. Well... perfectly average fire. Alright, fine. That's what we want. A fire that's perfectly average. I have burned down too many areas. I've burned down 3 areas so far this game that I recall. Burnt a backpack, burnt my camp, and burnt down a coniferous forest. So I'm not doing too good with firewood. It just feels like... I know I'm playing Wicker... Oh, you have got to be kidding here. Hey, don't go stealing my fire. So this feels more like a Willow run than a Wicker Bottom run. Oh, I'm getting... Must be the claws of hunger that are getting me. Stave off starvation. Well, I'm sorry that's not going to happen. I have... Yeah, that is going down too fast. I've got nothing else that's edible, I think. I have gone after everything that is edible here. It is dark. It is winter. It is cold. I don't have enough reserve to go after I once run out. The only question is whether the sun rises first to get credit for 23 days or death comes first. 6. Looks like I am going to hit 23 just as I die. Alright, so... Welcome to day 24. Pick up thermal stone. Let's get out of here and see if I can find something before I die. As unlikely that is. And there's a berry bush. Okay, that's going to keep me for the... Not going to get through another night like this. No idea what those birds are eating off of during the winter time. More pen gulls, huh? Alright, well, unfortunately, unless they are... Unless the pen gulls have a nice nesting ground with lots of eggs, they can't be too much use for me. Well, it looks like... Yeah. I'm still not optimistic. Believe me, I have lasted much longer than I thought when this disaster first happened. Right, so let us get... That's all barren. I can go due west and maybe find a few berry bushes. There we have some bees. There we have some... Alright, well... This is a very short-term area. The seeds. Stale seeds. I may be forced to eat stale seeds. Alright. They're not going to do wicker bottom much good. Oh well. Probably the same bird I stole an egg from before. Well, I would have starved to death if I didn't try to pick those berries. But I survived 23 days, a new record. I think it's a new record. I guess I could always check the morgue to see if it really is a new record. Let's check the morgue. Tall bird in survival mode 23 days. Okay. Sort of strange that, of course, I keep on... And, of course, my old record was that darkness death in the previous run I did, or I should say through series... Oh, I've lost count on the series numbers, whatever. But the Windy run, which I think was series 4, yes, where I finished up on Due to Darkness. And that's the only time I've made it. So this is only the second time I've ever made it to winter. And I outlived Wendy there a little bit. I made a huge number of mistakes. Fortunately, most of them are rather humorous, which is good to have. Making mistakes that you either don't learn something from or get a good laugh from is probably not going to be in your best interest. But if you make mistakes that you remember one way or the other, then maybe it could be useful or at least fun. Right, so let's see, what do we try next? The next time we play, I guess we'll be trying Woody the Lumberjack. That's a nice tree, eh? So apparently I guess, has a lovely axe. Maybe that means an axe that doesn't break, I don't know, I will find out. But he starts out with an axe, probably a permanent axe. I don't know what's the downfall of it. It has a terrible secret. That's the thing I'm wondering is, what is this terrible secret that he has? Maybe it comes out when you are going around, or I don't know what it is. But we'll have to find out what goes on with the lumberjack. But that will be in our next series of Pineleaf Plays Don't Starve. And sometime in the future we have other characters. I have not unlocked Wes here. Wes, though, is hard mode, based on anything I've heard. You have to go into adventure mode for that. I did not even find the door to adventure mode in this particular run, and that, in fact, is one of the things I was hoping to find. But don't worry, there's no way I would have probably survived adventure mode anyway, but it could have given some interesting ways to die, so to speak. Anyway, you have to get into there. As for Maxwell, you need to get into finish adventure mode for him, so he's even tougher to get. But after the Lumberjack, we do have Wigglefred and then Weber to worry about. So there could be some interest. So we do have plenty of series in the future, even if I do have a lot of trouble unlocking this. And I might not even want to do one with Wes because, let's face it, I'm having enough trouble surviving with the characters that have some ability. Wes is the said challenge mode. If you think the rest of the characters are too easy. And he's a bit of a villain, so Maxwell is, of course, because he's the one that put you there in the first place. So I'm not too sure I'd want to play him, but we'll see. The next time we are going to head out and try the Lumberjack to see whether or not I can survive very well. I presume that there are some advantages with the axe, but what other advantages and disadvantages he has, I don't know. We'll find out in the next episode of Pineleaf Plays Don't Starve.